Alright noobs, listen. I've been playing Pokemon Go since July 11th, 2016, and in that time, I've learned a thing or two. These are a Pokemon Go professional's top 10 tips to master the game. Number 1. Do not purify shadow Pokemon. Literally one of the biggest noob mistakes people make is purifying their good shadow Pokemon. I'm talking Pokemon like Shadow Mewtwo, Apex Shadow Ho-Oh, Shadow Legendary Pokemon, Shadow Tyranitar, Shadow Swampert, all these super meta-relevant Pokemon. Don't purify them. The reason why is because typically a shadow Pokemon will be stronger than the 100% IV non-shadow version of that Pokemon. In Pokemon Go, shadow Pokemon are the best. And although yes, purifying them might make them a 100% IV, like my Shadow Mewtwo here from GoFest, it's a 4144. If I were to purify this, it would be a 100% IV Mewtwo, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm not a noob. This Mewtwo as a shadow, way stronger than my 100% IV Mewtwo. And the power of shadow Pokemon in Pokemon Go can be seen when looking at the basically most meta-relevant Pokemon by typing. Usually, the top Pokemon in each typing category are Megas and Shadows. Shadow Pokemon are king. Number 2, follow along with the news and updates. This might actually be like the most important tip from this entire video because the updates and events in Pokemon Go are actually fire. Each event has its own bonus like double XP, double Stardust, half hatch distance. For example, the Spotlight Hour that happened on May 10th was 2 times transfer candy. So the meta strategy was to save up all of your legendary Latios and Latios from the Mega Raids and mass transfer them during the Spotlight Hour window to get 2 times the candy from transferring. Also, if you're trying to level up in Pokemon Go, because level 50 requires like tens of millions of XP, there's literally a boatload of events that happen in Pokemon Go on a pretty frequent basis that give extra XP, usually during Community Day events and Spotlight Hour events. If there's a certain shiny Pokemon or a certain Pokemon that you really need candy for, keeping an eye out for upcoming events could be, well, is the best way to accomplish those in-game goals when it comes to Pokemon. These events could be life-changing, actual. And what's the best way to keep up with events? Obviously in Pokemon Go, if you go to your news tab, you can kind of see what's going on and what events have been announced. And then you can always open up your research tab if it opens, and then go over to the Today view, and if there's an event happening, it will tell you what the event is, it will tell you what bonuses there are, and it will tell you how many days left there is on the event. Also following Pokemon Go, following myself, or other content creators on YouTube and social media channels like Twitter. We always tweet out or make videos on when new updates come out and how to maximize the gameplay during them. And something that I do because Pokemon Go is my job, setting calendar reminders in your Google Calendar or iCalendar is always kind of a helpful way. Number 3, add people on your friends list and level your friendship up. One of the most common Pokemon Go questions is what is the best way to get XP in Pokemon Go? Friendship. In a non-corny way, it literally is friendship. The reason why is because you can have up to 400 people on your friends list in Pokemon Go, and you get an XP bonus every time you level up your friendship level with each and every person. Getting to good friends gives you 3,000 XP, great friends gives you 10,000, ultra friends 50,000, and getting best friends with someone gives you 100,000 XP. It's always best to coordinate when you're about to hit ultra and best friends with someone so you guys can have your lucky eggs down, because 200,000 XP is a lot of XP in game. You can also get great bonuses like less Stardust in trades, extra damage in raids, extra Premier Balls in raids, and if you get to best friends, you could possibly get lucky friends with that person, which just leads to really, really good trades. And how do you get a bunch of people on your friends list? You can use the comment section down below. If you guys want to have like a friends list fiesta, just drop your trainer code down to the comments. You can go down there and just add random people. Or you could use my Discord server, link in the description, or other content creators' Discord servers, or just local Facebook and Discord Pokemon Go groups. Number 4, always clear your storage out after a hunt. Literally the worst thing in Pokemon Go is hitting your Pokemon storage limit while you're out in the middle of a special event, and then you're just sitting there transferring things out frantically. So to prevent against that, every time you're done doing a hunt, clear out the trash. Because sometimes you go out, you play, you catch a bunch of things, you close the game down, and then another day happens, you go out, you play, you catch some cool things, and then you close the game down, and then you go to transfer stuff out, and you don't know like what's like the garbage, and then where the garbage ends, and like where your cool stuff is, and if there's garbage below the cool stuff, and then your storage fills up, and then you gotta spend more money in the game. We don't want that. Take out the trash after your hunts. But be careful, because that leads to our next point. Number 5, always check for 100% IV Pokemon before mass transferring. Quite possibly the second worst thing in Pokemon Go is accidentally transferring a 100% IV Pokemon. Hundos in Pokemon Go are really rare. I've been playing again since 2016, and I've only ever gotten 179 100% IV Pokemon, which is actually crazy to look at. That is just not a lot at all. And you can simply check for Hundos by going in, sorting by recent, and then just typing 4 and this little star in, which will show your most recent 100% IV Pokemon. And if you have a Hundo, like this Trumbeak, which I got recently, make sure to favorite it, and then you can go and search age 0, which shows you all the Pokemon you caught within the last 24 hours. And then, really you can just tap and then like select all top right and then just mass transfer the garbage if you don't have any Hundos. Tip 5.5. Favorite the Pokemon you want to keep before transferring things out. Quite possibly the third worst thing in Pokemon Go is accidentally transferring something you didn't mean to transfer. And also there's a new feature in Pokemon Go which basically allows you to mass select and mass transfer legendary and shiny Pokemon, which you couldn't do before. Wait, this is a great example. Look, there's a... Where did all this come from? Look at all these trash spawns I forgot to transfer out way back in the day. Dude, what is all this stuff, dude? I'm literally at 5, what is this even tagged with? Why is that tagged? Dude, I'm at like 5,000 storage, and oh, these are supposed to be traded. Dude, there's so much garbage I have to transfer out. Oh my God, that was 134 Pokemon. But look, you can mass select and mass transfer Pokemon, basically, the shinies. I have iconically accidentally transferred good Pokemon twice. Once with my first ever 100% IV Pokemon, which was a Machop, which is tragic because Machamp is very good in the game. And then there was Galarian Yamask.
Look at my recents. Really cool, right? We got the shiny Yamask from yesterday, we got the 100 Rat, shiny Vulpix today, the shiny Spiritomb. Notice anything missing? Notice anything not there? I transferred the Galarian Yamask. Oh no.
Favorite the Pokemon that you want to keep when you get them. Number 6, quick catching. Quick catching is the king of pro tips in Pokemon Go. All the best players do it, all the noobs want to know how to do it. Quick catching in Pokemon Go basically helps you move through and catch through large clusters of Pokemon really quickly, which is super helpful on days like Community Day or Go Fest. And to quick catch in Pokemon Go, I'm going to explain on this little fletchling. You basically want to take one finger, your thumb, place it down on the berry button. Don't lift it up and don't tap it, just keep it there. Then you take the ball with another hand, throw the ball at the Pokemon, swipe your thumb over, and then you could tap the screen and tap the run button. And look at this. On my recents, we caught the fletchling. And doing this quicker, I'll do this with the Wurmple, with a Great Ball, literally just tap, hold down, swipe, and then boom. That's how fast you can catch Pokemon. And then if we go into my recents, I didn't catch the Wurmple. Are you serious right now, dude? Oh, he ran. Nice. There's a chance. Oh no, he's right there. Haha, I got him. Number 7, use your tags. Tags might be the most underrated feature in Pokemon Go, 100%. Tags help with organization, completing goals, daily tasks, separating your good Pokemon from your great Pokemon, preparing for updates, all sorts of super duper helpful things. For example, looking at my tags, I've got my Shundos so that I can always quickly access and flex my big heavy hitters, my most rare Pokemon, because the flex factor in Pokemon Go is big. But more utility-based tags, I've got my hyper rares, which are my most rare Pokemon, my level 50 Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which I think I've got more than 6, so I need to add to that. I've got my Nundos, because these are kind of hard to sort by, so I can see my 0% IV Pokemon. I only have 2. This right here is one of my rarest. I've got Besties, Pokemon that I've gotten to Best Buddies in the game. B2B, which is Besties to Be. This is when I was grinding the game a little bit more, but these are basically Pokemon that I was working to get to Best Buddies. I've got Pokemon tagged with Trade so that I can trade. I've got the infamous Graveyard. And the tag that I'm using the most right now, my Mega Pokemon tag, basically with the Mega update, you level up your Pokemon by Mega Evolving it, and getting it to max level is really important because it means you can Mega Evolve for free every 3 days. So basically I have this Mega tag, and every single day I just go through this entire list of Pokemon and just Mega Evolve them once. So again, tags, really important. Number 8, need dust, PvP. PvPing is actually the #1 way to gain Stardust in Pokemon Go. Each day you can do up to 30 battles or 6 sets of PvP. And if we go into the Go Battle League and enter the basic rewards, which is just the for free, like you don't gotta use raid passes. Oh god, the Elemental Cup. Oh jeez, are we gonna PvP real quick? You know what? I think this is a good squad. I'm up against a rank 9? What? With a Shadow Oddish? Oh, it's over. It's over. Oh my gosh, they swapped too. Oh, we thought the same thing. That's hilarious. Bang, yes. Let's go. Rank 9. I'm Mystic 7, baby. Okay, well, does it just not show me the rewards that I get? The goal here was to show you the rewards that you can get from PvP. But Pokemon Go says no to that. Wait, I just got Stardust, right? Didn't I? Where'd my reward go? Oh, I got a Sinnoh Stone. Whatever. Basically, you can absolutely farm Stardust from PvP like it's no one's business. I've only ever won 414 times in PvP. I've only ever done 703 battles. That's nothing. Again, you can do 30 battles a day. And I've earned 879,000 Stardust from PvP lifetime. If you actually grind Stardust or get your 30 battles in per day, you could get millions of dust from this. Number 9, don't power up trash. Speaking of Stardust, a big mistake I made early game in Pokemon Go when I first started playing was I would basically dump my Stardust into random garbage Pokemon that I later either transferred or traded away. When you're just starting out in Pokemon Go, or if you don't play that often, Stardust will be one of the most finite resources you have. If you want to throw some dust into like your favorite shiny or your favorite Pokemon, that's fine, but don't go willy-nilly dishing it out everywhere. I'd recommend doing a tiny bit of research when it comes to what to invest your Stardust in. And how do you do that? Where do you find the best Pokemon to put your Stardust into? I've personally made a bunch of videos here on YouTube explaining the meta in certain categories, like which Pokemon to power up and which Pokemon to look forward to, so check those out. There's also plenty of other great YouTube videos by people like Trainer Tips and Pokedaxy and JT Gilly to look after as well. And then two main databases that I use, the Pokemon Go Hub database and the GamePress.gg database. I'll try to remember to link all this in the description, but those are the places you could find the best, most meta-relevant Pokemon to put your Stardust into in Pokemon Go. And finally, number 10, the most important rule. Create raid teams, please God. Don't use recommended raid parties. Don't use recommended raid parties. Don't use recommended raid parties. I literally hate Aeroblast Lugia because of recommended raid parties. It is a meme in Pokemon Go. Like, you see this guy? Hundo Lugia? Aeroblast? F this guy! When you enter a raid, Pokemon Go will automatically recommend you a team of Pokemon to use against the raid boss. Great feature, right? Right? Wrong. I don't care how they pick the Pokemon they pick when they recommend you Pokemon, and neither should you. Okay, one thing I will say, the recommended party is sometimes helpful because Pokemon Go will give you counters based on the raid boss's moves. Okay, so let's say you're going up against a raid boss and it has fighting type moves. Pokemon Go might give you Pokemon of the typing Flying, Poison, Psychic, Bug, Ghost, and Fairy because fighting type moves don't do that much damage against those typings. So it's sort of helpful, but no, God, please, make your own raid parties at the very least, for the legendary Pokemon and the Mega Pokemon. It literally takes you a couple minutes. And how do you make a team in Pokemon Go? Click the Pokemon, go into battle, swipe over to the right, and scroll all the way down. It will give you your raid, your gyms and raids. As you can see, I've got my Clap team, and I've got my Mega team. The Mega team is used to take out Mega Pokemon, and the Clap team is used to take out whatever the current legendary Pokemon is. And you can always just keep these two teams, or keep whatever teams you want, and then just go adjust them. Like right now, Tapu Fini is in raids. Well, we need good electric type Pokemon like Raikou, along with some decent grass type Pokemon like these homies we're gonna throw in here, and also poison type Pokemon like our shiny Crobat. And bam, done, cool, ready to raid. And what's the best way to figure out what the best parties are for the current raid boss or for future raid bosses? Watch my videos! Whenever a new legendary or mega Pokemon comes to the raids, we always explain which Pokemon to use when battling up against it. I'd also recommend following people like LeakDuck or Pokemon Go Hub on Twitter or other social media accounts because they make really helpful guides and graphics that tell you which Pokemon you should use against which raid bosses. And those are the top 10 tips to graduate from Newbury in Pokemon Go. Hope you enjoyed, hope it helps, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.